Hello. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, YouTube. I'm going to go on Instagram Live as well. Today is so excited. I'm so excited. Hello. Right now I'm live on YouTube and Instagram, so it's going to be hard to know where to look, but you know what? We're going to do it. It's going to be fun, and I'm excited. So today's theme I'm so excited about because it is Tuesday Tales, which I think is such a fun theme. Oh, hey, Annabelle's Life and More. Oh, and hey, Regan Rose. Hey, Brendan Durham. OMG, all my peeps are joining. Thank you. I'm really excited. I love going live on Instagram and YouTube all at the same time. It's like a lot, but it's really fun. But today's theme is Tuesday Tales. So that means it's all about storytelling. Oh, hey, Lala Mia on YouTube. Hey, BFF. Oh, I love that you said hey, BFF. I love it. So I will be telling you a bunch of stories today. And I'm going to do some requested stories. If you have any requested stories like on the fly, like I'll definitely tell those stories as well. But for me, I just love stories, and I think storytelling is like the best part about life. I've always loved stories. You know what I mean? Like I love reading fun stories. Everything is really a story in life. But we all have stories that we want to tell, and basically there's something that I've alluded to, which like I've talked a lot about my first kiss. I haven't said much about my first kiss, but all I've said about my first kiss is that it was bad and absolutely terrible. And I've been asked a couple times in the DMs, like, oh, tell me why it was terrible. You know, like you want to know all the deets, which like I get that you want to know all the deets. So I thought since it's stories, I would maybe tell that story, but I'm really nervous. But so here's the thing. I've had like I would say two first kisses, because I had the one kiss that was like, you know, my first kiss, which was when I was really little. And I was in like kindergarten or first grade, and it was just like a nice guy, and we kissed, and we were 3, and it was cute. You know what I mean? But I don't know if that would count as my first kiss. I don't know if you would count that, but like as a teenager, what my first kiss was. So let's get into that. Basically, it was non-consensual, to say the least, what happened. Basically what happened was I was like with somebody, and they were like, want to go make out? And I was really uncomfortable, and so I said, no, not really. And they were like, yes, you do. I can tell you do. It was a very dominant personality who was just like, yes, you do. You do. I know you better than yourself, and I know you want to. And I was like, I'm good right now. Like, I'm really busy, and I have to like go. Basically, I was like doing a summer camp, and I had to go on stage, and I was like, I have to go on stage in like 15 minutes. And I was doing an acting thing. It was like a play. It was like a play, and I was acting with this person, and we had to go on, wait, make out. Yes, I'm telling my first kiss story, and it was like the worst first kiss ever. It was terrible. It was so bad. And so then the person was like, well, we have 20 minutes until we have to go on stage. And I was like, well, I don't want to make out. You know, like I'm okay, I'm fine. And they were like, you want to make out? And so then I was like, no. And I just went up. I went to the bathroom. They followed me to the bathroom. Went to the bathroom and made out with me. And I pulled away. And I was like, no, I can't do it. I feel guilty, because I was like I don't know. I was like 13. So I was very like young, and I was like, no, I feel guilty. Like I feel really bad doing this. I can't do this. And the person was like, what? And they were so mad at me, and then like kept trying to kiss me and kiss me again and again and again and again. And I was like, stop. And it was like the most stressful 15 minutes of my life. And I was like, wow, my first adult kiss. Like, I can't wait until I get a boyfriend and they ask me like, hey, what's your first kiss? And I'm like, well, this creepy person at summer camp just like tried to make out with me for 15 minutes straight and it was terrible. So there's my first kiss story that you've all been asking for, and that's why I said I had the worst first kiss ever, and that's why I say that I had the worst first kiss ever. So we're just getting everything out there. Tuesday tales. There's my tales. Don't even consider that your first kiss. Should I not? See, here's the thing. I think I should consider my kindergarten kiss my first kiss, because that kiss was actually a cute kiss because, like, the guy was nice and I liked him and he just gave me a little peck. I was 3. It was cute. So we're going to say that's the first kiss. But yeah, that's what happened. Best kiss ever, haha. It was not a good kiss. I was like, and it was so slimy. Like, they had so much tongue and saliva. I was like, sorry, that's like way too many details. I'm going too far. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have even said that. Wait, kindergarten? Yes, kindergarten. Good times. Kindergarten was fun. Okay, and then another story I have, since it's Tuesday Tales. Here's a story where I and you can let me know any story you want to hear. But this is a story where I accidentally started a rumor about myself that I didn't mean to. Because people have big mouths and you can't trust anybody. So, here's what happened. I was really excited because I was moving. And I was really excited to move because I did not like where I lived, and I was so excited to move. And so I told somebody that I was moving, and I only told that one person, and I really trusted them. And because I wasn't supposed to tell anybody that I was moving yet, because it was like a little early in the new year. And so I was like, oh, I'm moving. Hope you like it's gonna be, yeah, I'm not gonna be here next year. And I was like, but you cannot tell anybody. You cannot tell anybody. And little did I know that that would be a huge mistake because they ended up telling somebody. And they told somebody who has a big mouth. And then that person told somebody else, who told somebody else, who told somebody else, who told somebody else. And then every single person knew that I was moving and nobody was supposed to know. And everybody in my family was so mad at me because everybody knew. And I only told that one person, but they told everybody. They had a big mouth. So, moral of the story, if you're not supposed to tell anybody yet, like, don't tell anybody. Because now nobody will tell me anything because they all think I have a big mouth and will tell everybody. So, don't tell. Yeah. That was a random story. That wasn't even a good story. I'm sorry. Let me know what stories you want to hear because I want to try to give you good stories, as much tea as possible. In India, first kiss, there's this narrow-minded culture that I hate. People don't kiss before like 25. Oh, really? And the girls are like grown up the way I am. Okay, what the? Oh, that's crazy. Although here's the thing, like that is a long time to wait, but I do think it's nice to wait for your first kiss and have like a good first kiss. You know what I mean? Because they're all sure going to be like me and be like, oh, my first kiss was the worst thing ever. It was terrible. Can you tell the story of when you fainted at school on your crush? Oh, my embarrassing story? You want to hear that one? Haven't I already told that one? Okay, let's do that one. Are you ready? This is the most embarrassing thing that's probably ever happened to me at school. So, it was a Friday. I was very excited because had a vocabulary test, had tennis in the day. It was like every other day. I felt fine. I did the same thing that I did every single day. And I was sitting in class, just learning. And then suddenly, I just started feeling like really sick and really fuzzy. And I never felt this feeling before. I don't even know what was happening. I didn't do anything. But before I knew it, I was waking up and I saw like my huge crush. And this was somebody who I had a huge crush on, like huge. And they were like, and I was looking at them and they were just looking at me like, and I was like, what happened? And just everybody was staring at me. And I was like, why is everybody staring at me right now? What just happened? And then my crush was like, her lips are white. And I was like, my lips are white? And I was like, what happened? What happened? And I fainted a lot of times. I can tell you every time I fainted if I want. It's happened a lot. But I was like, what happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? And then the teacher was like, you fainted. And I was like, I didn't faint. I probably fell asleep because we were watching a movie in class. And I was like, I'm probably just bored. Like, I probably just got bored. I didn't faint. And then they like made every single person get out of the classroom. The nurse came in. I had to lay on the floor. They put my legs up. I had to leave the school for the rest of the day. And I was like, I feel fine. I feel great. I feel awesome. But they were like, no. And I was like, I don't know why I fainted. Still to this day, I don't know why. I don't know why that happened. But what happened was my crush was next to me. This is the really embarrassing part that I forgot to tell you about. So my crush was right here because we sat next to each other. Right here. This is his body. I fainted like this. So I fainted on him. Like literally, I fainted on him. And so I woke up to just my crush. And I was like, hey, how you doing? What just happened? So that was crazy. Yeah, it was really embarrassing. All the times I fainted have been embarrassing. And then I fainted a couple times when I've given blood, which has been really embarrassing because I don't know why I've fainted when I give blood. And it's like every time I faint, I get so frustrated because I don't know why it happens. It's weird. That's kind of cute. It's not that cute. It's not that. I don't think he found it cute. I think he was like really freaked out. Like he seemed freaked out. Because what he said, her lips are white. Like he was disgusted. He thought it was disgusting. Which I get. Like honestly, like I props him for handling it because I don't know if I would have handled it that well. If like somebody fainted on me, like I would feel like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. So props to him. Like I feel so bad when I faint when I'm around people because I know it's scary and like they don't know what to do. And like whenever I wake up, I'm like, it's cool. Like do whatever you want. I fainted a couple times. Actually, one time, interesting story. One time I was recording a song in a recording session and I fainted. That happened. Yeah. And I got a scar, which is amazing because there was so much blood and it was so gross. Me trying to watch the live to develop my English language. Awesome. We can't understand anything. Oh, I'm so sorry. I think he was scared more than disgusted. I think he was disgusted though. And then I was like, yeah, I don't think this relationship's gonna go anywhere. I think this relationship is over that I wanted to happen. OMG, I would have died. I know, Annie Tumbles. It's embarrassing. See, like, people ask why I'm so, like, don't care and just, like, will do everything I want. I feel like I've lived through so many embarrassing moments that at this point I just don't care anymore. You know what I mean? Like, once you've fainted on your crush, once you just faint all the time and, like, faint and people are like, you become pretty like, I don't really care what happens. So it's actually good. That is so embarrassing. I know, it is embarrassing. Have you talked about when you met your first crush? Well, I remember when I met my first crush. My first crush was in preschool. He was really cute. I was like 2, literally. I started really early. I don't know why, but like my love life decided to peak when I was like 3 or 4, and then it just became non-existent for the rest of my life, and is still probably forever will be. But at 3, I had like 10 boyfriends. It was crazy. I remember there was this guy. And I had this really weird thing where I was little, where I would only have a crush. And it's funny, you're going to see this soon because I'm planning a new song and just I can't give a lot away, but it's going to be fun. By the way, huge announcement tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. But basically, he was really cute. His name started with a J because I only liked guys if their name started with J, which is like so weird, but I was like stupid. I was 3. And he was really nice. And he gave me a dress for my birthday. And I still have that dress when I was 2. So that's a good one. You always know it's a good guy if they give you a dress, right? So that is so random. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'll admit it. I have a crush. You have a crush? That's amazing. Who's your crush? You don't have to tell me about your crush. I don't want to overexert myself. My crush would have reacted the same, I would say, or maybe he would help IDK LOL. Well, it's so hard when someone faints on you, you know? It's like, what are you supposed to do? You had white lips. No one in their right minds would not be scared. I can't believe I have white lips. Isn't that scary? Well, because here's the thing when it comes to fainting. It's kind of, I know this sounds really morbid and really weird, but in some ways it's kind of the closest that you can get to death, if you really think about it. So, oh, and also a really weird thing that happened to me one time when I fainted. Basically, I was giving blood and I fainted. And the nurse, I guess she just started slapping me, like to get me awake because I wasn't waking up. And she just kept slapping me and slapping me and slapping me. But I do not remember her slapping me at all. And I woke up and my face was so sore. And I remember the next day, like going over to the person who was with me and being like, my face is like, I feel fine, but my face is so sore. She's like, yeah, because the nurse kept slapping you. And I was like, what? The nurse slapped me? She was slapping me in the face? Who knew? Weird things happen when you're unconscious, you know? You had 10 boyfriends at 3. I'm 15 and I still don't have a single girlfriend. Don't worry, it fades. I even had a crush on my geography teacher. Oh my gosh, I've had a really bad teacher crush one time. It was so bad. It was so bad that basically what happened was I had a really big crush on. I didn't even know that I had a crush on this teacher. I kind of knew I had a crush on this teacher, but then I had a dream that we got married, and I was so uncomfortable about the dream that I stopped going to class because I wanted to avoid him. I was like, this was really a long time ago. Long time ago. This was like, I don't even know when. I was like maybe like 12 or 11 or 10 or something. And I was so embarrassed that I had this dream about him, which is so weird because he didn't know that I had the dream about him. But I just was like, I have to avoid him because or else he's going to know. And so then I just like stopped going to class, and that was really dumb of me because my grades suffered. So don't do that. If you have like a crush on your teacher, don't avoid the teacher just because you have a crush on them. Even if you want to, because it's really awkward when you have a crush on your teacher. My crush is my cousin's bestie. You can imagine. Oh my gosh. Oh, first cousin actually. Oh my gosh. Your boyfriend is nice for giving you address. Just be careful with him though. Oh my gosh. Sorry, do you want to know his name? Oh, his name is William. Oh, your crush's name is William? That's cool. That's a good name. William's a good name, I feel like. Is that weird to say? But I do. I think it's a really good name. Tell us every time you fainted. Oh, you want to hear more fainting stories? Sure. Let's see. What was another time I fainted? I fainted a lot. Oh my gosh. One year I had the weirdest freaking thing where I kept fainting. It was so weird this year. It was 2019. Really weird year for me. I fainted on everybody's birthdays, which I still to this day feel so bad about because I kept fainting on their birthdays, which is like so not cool to faint. Like every single time my friend or family member had a birthday, I fainted on their birthday. It happened 3 times that year. And it was all my best friends' birthdays. I fainted on all of them. I did not mean to do that. And I feel so terrible. I feel like such a selfish person. And because here's the hard thing about fainting. You cannot control it. You can't control if you're going to faint or not. You don't know when it's going to happen, but it was awful. And I felt so bad. And it was so random both times. And I still apologize to all 3 of them. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. Because it was their birthday. I don't want to make their birthday about me. I want their birthday to be about them and their special day. But I had to go and ruin it. I had to go and faint. For no reason. And see, that's the weird thing that gets me. I'm like, why? Why did that happen? Have you ever had a horror co-writing story? I've had that happen a lot. Because here's the thing. Writing songs is great. And writing songs is really, really fun. But it can be really hard because, especially in the beginning, because you want to collaborate, you want to work with new songwriters, build relationships, learn how to write songs with new people. But every single time that you go into a writing session, you don't really know if that song is going to go well, if you're going to get a good song out of it, or if you're going to get nothing out of it. And so one time I decided to write with 2 new writers, and I was really excited. And I was like, you know what? Like, I was kind of a little nervous. I always get kind of nervous to write with people because I just don't know what their style is going to be. And I have a very weird writing style where I like to write songs that are unique, and I like to put weird words in my songs that I feel like most people wouldn't. And I like to make my songs kind of quirky. When I make music, I want my songs to represent my personality and be like my personality. And I have a little bit of a quirky personality, so I like to have quirkiness in my songs because then I feel like the songs represent me as a person. And it's not everybody gets that. A lot of people write a song and they want to make it super poetic and beautiful. But that's just not my thing. You know what I mean? And so I went in to write with these 2 people. I was excited. I was like, this is going to be good. And it was so weird. I don't even know how to explain what happened. But it was just so weird. And it was I like to write songs really fast. I really like to just get in, write my song, get my idea. I'll usually write songs in an hour, 2 hours at most. These people were going to write this song for 8 freaking hours. It was so long, and they just could not stick to an idea. And it's it was so frustrating because I would tell them the ideas and be like, this is how I got it. And they'd be like, no. And then they wanted to make it so poetic. They just wanted to make it nature-y and just kind of old. And they just wanted to make it about birds. And they were like, we need to write a song about birds. And I was like, I don't like birds. And I'm sorry if you like birds. You're allowed to like birds, but birds kind of scare me a little bit because I feel like the thing with birds is they just, I don't know, I feel like they can pluck my eyes out, and it's like an irrational fear that I have. So I really didn't want to write a song about birds, you know? But it's hard to say something, and especially when it's 2 against 1. Because I was like, I don't really think like birds fits into this song, you know? And they were like, well, but we need to mention birds in the song. We need to mention birds. And I was like, okay. And then I was getting to the point where the song was becoming so bad because of all the nature stuff they wanted to put in it. It felt like a practical joke. Like I almost felt like they were playing a practical joke on me. And then I was like, I hate this song. I hate it. I literally hate this song so much. I can't believe that I wrote this song because I hate it. Like I've never and I don't hate things. I'm not a hateful person. I was like, this song is terrible. And so then afterwards, we wrote the song, and they thought it was amazing. They thought it was the best song ever. They were like, this song is so good. This song is a #1 hit. And I was like, this song is terrible. This is a really bad song. And then I remember that day when I was in the writing session, I literally at one point went to the bathroom, locked myself in the bathroom for like 5 minutes, and just sat there and was like, because they just kept talking about birds, and they kept talking about nature and just being super weird. And it was so weird that I just had to sit in the bathroom for 5 minutes because I was getting a migraine. So I was just like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And then after that session, that long session, it was like the longest 6 hours of my life. I remember just being in the car and just being like, it was like emotionally draining because the whole time I was like fighting to make the song as good as I possibly could and get the most out of the session as possible. But they just weren't going to let it happen. They were going to write their song about the birds, you know? That was what was going to happen. It's like, I have to sing this song. I don't want to sing a song about birds. And like, you know, I don't feel like that's like who I am as a person, you know? And then the next day I had to record it. And when they so they like made me record the song. And then they kept making me do like cartoon noises in the song, like for the ad libs. And like I kept and they were like, do this. And I was like, you're gonna put me going in the song? Like this is supposed to be a pop song. And they were like, yes, do it. That's amazing. And then they sent me a thing. And I was like, and they sent me a demo, and I was like, this is terrible. I'm sorry. I don't connect to this song. You know what? Like, you can give it to somebody else to sing if they want, but like, I don't really want it. But thank you. It was so nice to meet you. Bye. And I never talked to them again. So that's my horror co-writing story. So yeah. Have you ever written a dark song? You know what I mean? I have. And because I like my songs to be a little darker, but they're gonna come out. They're gonna come soon. Wait, what was today's theme? Oh, today's theme is Tuesday Tales. So it's just about telling stories. Oh, Scariest. That sound was hilarious, period. Honestly, I feel like it was a practical joke. Like, to this day, I feel like the whole thing was... the weird thing is I know they were being dead serious and, like, they thought the song was a good song. But, like, it felt like a practical joke. It really did. But, yeah. But Scariest hair story, you want to hear that? That's the time that I burned my hair. So, yeah. Dark, like not hateful, like really dark. Yes, I wrote a song about like being really depressed that I wrote. That is honestly one of my favorite songs to this day that I've ever written. I haven't put it out yet, but it's one of my favorites, and it'll definitely be out at some point that I'm really excited about. But my scariest hair story. So basically what happened was I was filming an ASMR for Healthy, and I was like so excited, and my hair is like really long right now. And so I decided and I had a candle on. And I wanted to do like this relaxation ASMR, so I thought it'd be perfect if I had a candle right here. And so I went to turn on my phone and I went like this, and the candle was here. And I went there and the candle went up my hair and it went all the way up. And it was like going here. And I just remember seeing it right here and thinking, oh my gosh, this fire is going to keep going up, go up to my brain, burn my brain, and I'm going to die. And so I just started blowing on it and being like, and it kept burning, and it kept burning, and it kept burning, and I was so scared, and I was like I'd never blown on my hair that much, and it completely burned, and still to this day, whenever I get my hair wet or wash my hair, it smells like burnt toast, and it was so crazy. There were ashes everywhere, and I still can't believe that I burned my hair. It was so scary. The candle incident is going to go down in the history books. It was so scary, though. It was so scary. I know. It's like now, like, it's like part of my hair looks so bad because it just looks like a bunch of split ends because it's so burnt and it's so crazy. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't even know how that happened, but what was the 2-hour fight that happened and we should break up? Good story. Good story. So basically, I'd had this really toxic relationship with this person that was just so crazy and so on and off. No pun intended, but it was very on and off. And it was the type of thing where we hadn't talked, we hadn't communicated, and so we got to a place where it was like, let's just talk. Let's just talk. We need to get everything out in the open and just talk and have communication if our relationship is ever going to work. So we decided to talk. The talk lasted 2 hours, and from my point of view, it was not a very productive conversation because it was like there was so much attacking in it. You know what I mean? Like, the conversation wasn't from a loving place. Like, it wasn't from this place of like, let's make our relationship work. You know what I mean? It was more of like, well, you did this and you did this and you did this and you stink and I don't like the way you live your life and I don't like the way you look and I don't like what you do and I think you're stupid and I think you're fake and I think you're embarrassing and I know all these things that you think that I didn't know, but I actually know. And it was like things were really like taken out of context because it was like basically like I was in a relationship with somebody, but it was like I didn't even know that they knew that I put out music. Does that make sense? Like I didn't tell them, which maybe is on my part, but I just like didn't tell them. And then they were like, well, I know you put out music and it stinks and it's really bad and nobody should listen to it and you should stop putting out music because you're embarrassing yourself. And I was like, that's really rude and really hurtful. That's really mean. And anyways, we started having this conversation and just this conversation about our relationship and what had happened, what went wrong. It lasted 2 hours. And basically, I had left that conversation being like, yeah, I'm done with this person. We should break up. We should not be in a relationship. This is not a healthy relationship and it's quite toxic and I'm done. Like for me, it was the like, I'm done. However, somehow for the other person, that conversation to them was, oh, we have hope and we can totally make this work. And I was like, how did you get that from that conversation? You attacked me and like told me that my music was stupid and that I should never put out music again, which is like really hurtful and really important to me. Why would you think that I'd want to be in a relationship with you after that? And they were like, Well, I told you how I feel. It felt so good to get that off my chest. I've been holding that in for so long. It felt so good to get that off my chest. I was like, we should break up. So, and then that was what I wrote the song We Should Break Up about, which, yeah. So that was a 2-hour conversation, and that was what happened. Yeah. Oh, somebody said they have a science exam. I'm so sorry. That stinks. Science stinks. Science exams stink. I don't know how you do it. Have you ever been gaslighted? I have been gaslighted. 100%. Basically, what happened is I was in a very toxic relationship, and in the toxic relationship, basically, the person was like very upset with their life, and they blamed it on me, and they blamed like all their problems on me, like legit all of the problems, and like just made everything my fault and made me like question everything, and kind of made me feel like, did I do something wrong? They made it like I ruined their life, and they made me feel really guilty for ruining their life. But then I realized I didn't do anything, you know? And because it can be really tricky, because sometimes people are really upset and they just want to blame somebody, and so they'll blame you and gaslight you, and so you feel like a terrible person. But then I actually talked to somebody about it and like told them what happened, and they were like, you literally did nothing. Like, you didn't do anything. You just like lived your life, and you didn't do anything to them at all. I was like, I didn't? Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. That makes me feel so good, because I didn't mean to. If I did, and they were like, no, you did nothing. That's crazy. And I was like, wow, I just got gaslighted. I just got gaslighted. And that was what I wrote on and off about. So, it wasn't your fault. Oh, thank you, Annie Tumbles. That's super sweet. You're very, very sweet. Ooh, I'll pray for you for your exam, because it worked last time. Dear God, please help RJ to do amazing on his science exam. Please help him to get all of the knowledge and all of the material that he needs to know, and just have it in his brain, and help him to be able to tell it on the exam, and help him to get like a really good exam that he knows everything about, and so he doesn't freak out about it, and he feels calm and cool and collected, and he feels excited as he goes into that exam to just show off all the knowledge he knows, and just help him to kill it and do amazing and be the amazing RJ and the amazing student that he is, and get an A+. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Hope it works, because it worked last time. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Prayer works. Just saying. Oh, and by the way, I wanted to say, I have a new Spotify playlist that I'm really excited about. It's in all my YouTube descriptions, Caroline's_music, and I'm really excited about this playlist. I'm going to be updating it throughout the year. It's Pop 2021, so pop music in 2021, and it's going to be really fun and just have a lot of updated music, and I'm going to be doing really fun stuff with playlists, because I love being a playlister and like making playlists and stuff. And so also, if you have any requests for songs that you want to be in the playlist, let me know. And also, please make sure to follow the playlist, because I really appreciate it. Oh yeah, here was another story that people ask me a lot. People ask me a lot if I've ever gotten dental surgery and stuff. And I actually did get dental surgery once. Well, it wasn't surgery. But dental surgery stories are always interesting, so I just thought I'd tell you. So, let's start that story. So, I've had weird teeth forever. Part of my teeth is I've had peg teeth, which is really weird. So, basically, my teeth are smaller than they're supposed to be. Well, my teeth to the side are smaller than they're supposed to be, which makes my front teeth look huge, because these teeth are too little than they're supposed to be. It's like a whole thing, but like, I don't care. I like my teeth, because I think they're like unique and different, so I actually really like them. Like, people always tell me to get like fake teeth, and fix my teeth and blah, blah, blah. But, like, I don't really want to. I like my teeth. I'm happy with how they are. And that's all that matters, you know? But I did have an issue in the back of my teeth where, like, basically, I honestly forgot what happened, but it was like a teeth was twisted to the side and it needed to be pulled down. Well, okay, so here's the thing. You're supposed to lose all your baby teeth when you're, I don't know how old you're supposed to be. But you're supposed to lose all your baby teeth at like 13-ish. I was 16 and I still had baby teeth. I still had a baby tooth that it just wouldn't move. And there was a tooth here coming in, trying to come in, but the baby tooth I couldn't get rid of that baby tooth. I couldn't do it. And so they were like, we need to pull that tooth. We need to pull that tooth. And I was like, but then when you pull the tooth, it's going to be so weird because there's going to be nothing there and it's going to be so awkward. But anyways, I had to get the tooth pulled. And so for the tooth pulled, I had to go under anesthesia. And it was the first time in my life that I'd ever been under anesthesia. And I was so scared, but I was like trying to be cool. And I'm like, you know what? I am strong. I'm good. I'm going to go under anesthesia. My teeth are going to be good now. I'm going to have no baby teeth. I'm going to be an adult. I'm going to have all like real teeth. I'm not going to have baby teeth. You know what I mean? It's going to be good. And so I did that. And I was like, it was super early in the morning. It was like 6 a.m. It was this crazy thing. And so the doctor is getting ready to put the anesthesia in. And so he's supposed to put the anesthesia in right here. And basically, I'd gotten a lot of blood taken from me that year, just between like physicals and just like life stuff, doctors. I had so much blood taken away from me. And so my vein, and I have really little veins. I do not have big veins. So I have really little veins. And so they couldn't put the anesthesia in here. They couldn't do it. There were no veins left. There were no veins. And I was like, you can't put the anesthesia in? And so he was trying to put the anesthesia right here in the arm for like 15 minutes. And I'm freaking out. But I'm trying to be cool, and also because like it already always freaks me out because like I have a really irrational fear about when people put IVs in. I hate it so much, and I have such an irrational fear about it. But they're just trying and trying and trying to put it in and trying to put it in for like 15 freaking minutes. It's been like a year over here, and I'm just trying to be still. And I'm like, don't move, don't move, don't move. Because my biggest fear in the world is like moving and something going wrong. Like that's my biggest fear is moving when they're putting a needle in. And so I'm like, don't move, don't move, don't move, don't move. Just for 15 minutes, keep trying. And I'm trying to not move. I'm trying not to freak out. And the doctor's like, you're very stoic. You don't move. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm freaking terrified. Now please just do your job so I can get this over with and get on with my life and try to not die. Because I'm already freaking out because I have to go under anesthesia. And I've never been under anesthesia in my life and I don't know what's going to happen. So they're like trying. And they're like, we can't get it in the arm. We cannot get the anesthesia in the arm. I'm like, cool. They're like, let's put it in the hand. And I'm like, you're going to put anesthesia in the hand? Oh my gosh. And so then they go to the hand, and then they're trying, and then they're trying, and then they're trying, and they keep trying to put in the anesthesia in the hand. And it takes them another 15 minutes. Not even exaggerating. It took them good 25 minutes just to get the anesthesia in. And I was like, I'm so over this. I am never going under ever again. I hate this. So then they finally got it in. They got it in my hand. And then, yeah. And then I was under. Got the teeth pulled. Everything was fine. But here's the thing that really freaks me out about this story. I woke up. Okay, so you're in the doctor's office. I woke up in the waiting room. I don't know how that happened. I did not wake up. When I woke up from the anesthesia, I did not wake up in the doctor's office. I woke up in the waiting room, outside of the room, in a whole nother room, in a whole nother chair, with people surrounded me. I don't know how that happened. To this day, it still freaks me out because I'm like, how did I get transported? Did somebody carry me while I was under? Was I up and do I not remember it? And then it was so weird because I don't remember, like, for the first 20 minutes of being off of anesthesia, I don't remember it. Like, I, for the life of me, do not remember how I got from the waiting room to the car. I do not know what happened. I don't know what happened. And then I remember going to a grocery store afterwards. And I remember wandering around a grocery store, like half off of anesthesia, and not knowing what I was doing. And I just remember that I kept wandering while I was off this anesthesia. And I was just like, I was like this zombie. It was so weird. And so then I finally, the people around me found me and were like, girl, stop wandering around a grocery store on anesthesia like a freak, which I don't even remember half of what happened. I was so out of it. That anesthesia is strong. You have to be careful with anesthesia. I don't know if I'm just a baby. I'm very small. I'm only like 5 foot. And so I don't know if I was just a baby or what happened. But I finally get off the anesthesia. And then let me tell you something. The teeth, okay, number one, I think that they opened my mouth because I woke up with stitches here. And I don't know how that happened. Because I literally think they opened my mouth. And I don't know how that happened. And also, it was so bloody and so gross. And took like 3 months to heal. And it was only supposed to take 2 weeks to heal. And so I have a very slow healing mouth. And so that wasn't a bad experience. I'm not complaining. I think for a surgery experience, it's pretty good. I'm very thankful. Thank you, God, I didn't die. But from that experience, I've decided that I want to try my best to never get surgery again. And I want to try my best to never, I will only for the rest of my life do surgery when I have to. And that's why, like, when someone was asking me, like, would you ever get plastic surgery a while ago, I was like, I could never, because I will only get surgery if, like, it's life or death. Like, I don't play with surgery. I don't like it. It makes me feel weak. It makes me feel bad. And I never want to have to be under anesthesia again because I hated that. I hated it. Yeah. Oh, hey, accessories.ca. Where did you get all your headbands? I get all my headbands at Amazon, and it's the best, and they have really good deals there, and you can get like 12 headbands for like $10, and it's just amazing. Oh, I had a twisted tooth, like 2 in one place, but I didn't get dental surgery. My baby cousin hit me in the face with a hard pillow. That worked well for me. Honestly, I kind of wish that would have happened to me and I didn't have to get surgery because I don't like it. It was really annoying. Your teeth are beautiful. Mine haven't had braces. Oh my gosh, you're so lucky. I hate braces. But they turn brown easily if I eat sugar because I was born with no tooth enamel. Oh my gosh, that's so interesting. I've never heard of that. Something interesting with me was for the peg teeth when I was little, I got kind of them built up. So I got I didn't get like veneers or anything like that, but I got like a little fake, like almost like a little fake denture here and here. But I went to like a really bad dentist who had no idea what he was doing. And he decided to make my teeth yellow. So like people always like tell me that my teeth look yellow, but it doesn't matter how much I brush because they're fake. So I have 2 fake yellow teeth. I have 2 fake yellow teeth in my mouth. So that's good. That's fun. Yeah. When did you meet your crush? I don't have a crush right now, so that's really sad. But hope maybe someday I'll get one. Maybe. Would you ever move to LA? Well, I do live in LA, which is really fun, and I got to move to LA, and it was so fun to move because basically and it was like crazy. It was a really crazy move because all this stuff kept getting lost, and it was crazy. But I'm in California, so that's super fun. What age did you start wearing makeup? Well, I've told this story before, but I always wore a little bit of makeup, like if I had a special performance or a dance or something when I was really little. But I started wearing makeup every single day when I was 13. That was when I started being like, I'm gonna wear makeup every day, and it was fun. And I was super happy that I did it, and I got really judged for it because I don't know, because I think 13 is like a totally good age to start wearing makeup, but people were super judgmental and like, why are you wearing makeup? Why are you wearing makeup? And I was like, because it's a really fun creative expression for me, And it was like, I loved it. Like, it was something really fun for me at 13 to like learn how to do and get into. It was like, for me, it was like therapy. Like, I loved doing it. Like, I loved waking up every day and like trying a new makeup to go to school, or like I just had fun with it, and it was like a fun way for me to play and have fun. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think makeup is art, and I think it can be like therapy, and I think it's so beautiful when you see especially makeup vloggers like Nikki Tutorials or James Charles, and you see them like just do all this like such cool stuff with their makeup. I think it's so cool, and I think it's a real talent. I wish I was that talented, but I think it's such a beautiful thing, and it shouldn't be demonized. I hardly wear it, but I started trying it out last year. I'm 15. Ooh, that's fun. That's super fun. It's always fun to experiment, or just like even my eyeshadow looks kind of crazy today, but that's because I filmed a music video today. Shh. Shh. But yeah, it's fun. Okay, so I have to go because I'm going to be late for something. But I really have to go. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you enjoyed Tales Tuesday. I hope my tales weren't too boring, but I tried. Thank you so much for giving me such great ideas on this live of stories that you wanted to hear. I always love hearing like what you want. And thank you for being so engaged on these lives. I really appreciate it. And it's really fun. And it's just really fun to talk to you. And it's my favorite day. Like, it's my favorite thing ever. So, bye. I'm going to end YouTube first. Bye, YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. Do we end it? Yeah.